So back in September, PLAYERUNKNOWN'S released this video talking about his next project, effectively a call to arms. He's looking for people to come join him. He'd left completely Krafton, the company that owns PUBG, and he's no longer associated it in any way, shape or form other than them having a small minority share. Previously he was in charge of a separate division that was working on this project, and it was going to be something very different. But it looks like he's going his own way with it. Like I said, he's still got the funding. Now we spoke about all this in this video. It's a bit rambly. It talks about some big ideas about the idea of having AI creating a world, and having a world, a survival shooter sort of style game possibly, that is the size of a world. Literally the map would be a planet that you could go along and maybe not come across players for weeks, months on end, and then maybe you'll come to a city where players have built something substantial. So today, about 16 minutes ago, as you saw from the Twitter post, he put out a video showcasing some of the technology behind it. So forgive the poor Twitter feed, guys, there's not much I could do about this. I don't know how to embed Twitter videos properly. But effectively what we're looking at here is, I guess, the importance of being able to show how the AI is creating procedurally generated worlds, landscapes. None of this is created by any artist, it's all done with the AI, the program, the system. And it looks okay. It looks like what you imagine lots of other games have come and gone, like DayZ maybe, or PUBG in some of the country elements from them games. A sort of northern European hemisphere, but the idea being that he's clearly jumping thousands upon thousands of miles, meters, whatever you want to call it, to new locations and landing seamlessly, and it's all there again, it's all just generated. So it could be exciting. It could also just be another one of them games that's so big it'd just be empty and just be pretty boring. Like if you even had Mad Max style Civilization where players are running around fighting each other, trying to grab resources, building up cities, or just exploring. Yeah, it could be just simply too big and too boring. That's the problem I see with games like this. We've got games that have already got massive maps like DayZ, even Ark's got fairly big chunky ones, and of course when you think about Minecraft, it's almost never ending in terms of what you can do with that. So is it really offering anything new? So what this really is a call to arms to get more people to come and apply. I don't think his last statement that he did maybe generated enough interest, or maybe they're going full steam with it. But you can see there's a whole bunch of different job elements that they've got going on. So this of course was the teaser trailer, a storm environment where you got some lightning going off in the background. It looks pretty enough. I wouldn't say it's anything out of the ordinarily great. You've seen Icarus recently, reminds me a little bit of that. Just another sort of DayZ stock standard environment. It actually came out back in 2019 at the Game Awards, and that's about it. So this is the second full clip we've seen of some actual proper gameplay. I do use that term loosely, he does say it himself, it's just a tech demo, but yeah, you can imagine that's where the game is headed. But yeah, he's calling this a proof of tech demo, showing that the planet-sized worlds are a real thing and it's a real possibility, and I guess he wants people to lean into this. So yeah, I just want to know your opinion. Like, do you want a survival game or a shooter game like this, like PUBG I guess, or like DayZ, where you literally will go for maybe weeks or months without coming across anyone, if that's what you wish, if you go off the grid a little bit, if you go and explore a little bit of a cave? And that's what he spoke about in the past in a few interviews, that, you know, if you want to be someone that lives in a cave, that doesn't come into contact with other players, you could pretty much well do that. The next question is all this resources harvestable? Are we actually going to be able to chop these trees down, hack away at the rocks, build our own fortifications? Clearly we've got a lot of unknowns still, but I'm trying to gauge what kind of game you would want from a planet-sized world. Would it have to have lots of quests? Would it be completely organic, no quest systems at all? Would you want minimal UI? What kind of base building would you want? Would you want fully destructible, like something like Rust, or like DayZ where it's more or less just encampments and breaking through fortifications? Or maybe it's a case of having prefabs and win conditions where you can take over regions and areas. But yeah, I just thought I'd drop this as it was pretty big back in the time when we covered it. I think we got a good few thousand views on it, and I'm still intrigued. I'm just worried that it's just another big empty world, as pretty as it may be, just for us to run around and not find anyone and get killed by some bears. Is that an interesting enough survival premise in 2022? Let me know in the comments down below, and I guess I'll see you in about 4 or 5 months when we hear from the next bit of info about PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Prologue.